Beyonce and Jay-Z always act like the perfect couple, even after he publicly humiliated her. But we discovered there's so much more to the story.
Cracks in a seemingly perfect life exposed.
It seems people forget Jay-Z's dark side. From shooting his older brother to stabbing someone in a nightclub.
You go into survival mode.
But has his marriage really changed him? And what happened when Jay-Z was confronted with his biggest failure?
You can either address it or you can pretend until it blows up.
This is the real life story behind the tabloids.
I just ran into this place and we built this big, beautiful mansion of a relationship. And that wasn't totally built on the 100% truth. And then it started cracking. Then things start happening that the public can see.
A video was leaked of Beyonce's sister apparently attacking Jay-Z after the Met Gala.
Beyonce waited a long time before she stepped in between them.
Jay-Z and Beyonce seem to have the perfect family with their new baby Blue Ivy. But when the footage of the fight was leaked, it was the first glimpse into the breakdown of his marriage.
The biggest story around the world, it's leading on all the newscasts. The world has let go of everything else important and is talking about this.
What happened? I mean, you don't fight an in-law just because everything's fine.
Well, Beyonce and Jay-Z were notoriously private and never addressed it, so the tabloids filled in the blanks. To make matters worse, Jay-Z had stood by Beyonce when her dad's infidelity tore her family apart. And now it seemed like he had done the same thing to her.
Beyonce dropped a new album this past weekend, but what's setting the internet on fire is speculation that the lyrics are about her own marriage and the suggestion of an affair.
Beyonce's most exposing album yet, with lyrics comparing Jay-Z to her estranged dad. You remind me of my father, a magician, able to exist in two places at once. You come home at 3 a.m. and lie to me. What are you hiding?
My heart aches for her. Beyonce got cheated on? Everybody's in danger then.
So to Jay-Z, all I want to say is, what the hell? You can give everything to a man and he still cheats on you.
Ooh, how would Jay-Z do this to her?
But when Jay-Z confessed to cheating in his own lyrics, it was clear he didn't want to let his daughter down. And if my children knew, I don't even know what I would do. If they ain't look at me the same, I would probably die with all the shame. Everyone assumed she would leave him, but she didn't.
But why? I mean, cheating is a very hard thing to overcome.
When we looked into Jay-Z's life before Beyonce, we found a family filled with violence and terror. He grew up desperate to see his dad, who was never around.
You gotta figure as a kid, your pop is the superhero. And then for a kid to have that taken away from him is the most traumatic thing you could ever feel. So after that, then you start, on the street and there's no one else to guide you through through the maze that is life.
Without his dad, Jay-Z had to defend himself against his violent brother.
The story goes that when Jay-Z was 12 years old, he shot his crack-addicted older brother, Eric, who was 16 at the time.
But it was clear Jay-Z was also going down a dark path.
When were you introduced to, as a hustle, crack cocaine?
Pretty early on. When growing up during that time, crack cocaine was everywhere.
Not that many people know just how dark the street side of Jay-Z got.
Our top rap star is busted.
And the cops started accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
However, he made it off the streets by becoming one of the most successful rap artists ever. He was on top of the world and he started dating young superstar Beyonce. But suddenly his dad came back.
When he came to my house, we just got a chance to air it out. At the end of the thing, it was like, I apologize, and he didn't have long to live. Like, when my pops died, I didn't cry.
After his dad's death, Jay-Z buried his pain and focused on building the perfect family he never had.
What I thought was when I met my dad was, I'm free to love now.
How's Jay-Z as a dad?
He's a different human being.
I was gonna say, have
Definitely.
you seen him?
Such a great father, and I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Well behaved?
Yeah.
No incidents or anything like that?
You get no problems out of me.
But it wasn't as easy as he thought it would be.
Like, do you feel vulnerable now that you have a kid? Like,
of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is a scary thing for me, because that turns into anger. I have to control that.
But as Jay-Z was ignoring the pain from his troubled childhood, Beyonce was fixing hers.
I needed my dad. My father was a strong father, a great male figure in my life. Healing our relationship, I feel so much stronger and I feel brave.
But Jay-Z refused to address his pain and made a big mistake that tore his family apart.
Shocking news as rapper Jay-Z confirms cheating on his wife Beyonce.
A lot of people come from broken homes, but they don't cheat.
But everyone reacts to trauma differently. What's more important is how you move on from it. Jay-Z realized to save his marriage, he had to be brave and face his pain about his dad.
What cracked the code for me was really, what was he going through? His younger brother got killed, and the cops didn't do anything. So he's going out in the middle of the night, and he's looking for the guy who killed his little brother. But he has a family. So my mom is looking at him like, what you want? She don't have the language or the tools to tell him, man, we love you. We don't want nothing to happen to you. We need you. But there's a fracture in that relationship, and you're a result of those things. So you feel like, boy, dad's not around.
Jay-Z focused on facing the pain he caused Beyonce rather than running away from it.
The hardest thing is seeing pain on someone's face that you caused and then have to deal with yourself. We had to go to a point and be like, okay, tear this down and let's start from the beginning. And the only way to get through that is we sit down and have a dialogue and say, these are the things that I'm uncomfortable with. These are the things that are unacceptable to me. This is what I feel.
At the time, people thought Beyonce was exposing Jay-Z with her music. But what they didn't know was that he had supported her all along.
We were using our art almost like a therapy session. It actually started out, we were working on material together, and it became Lemonade. You know, she went off and did her thing, and it was like, she should go first, and she should share her truths with the world. We did the hard work of going to therapy, and we love each other, right? So we really put in the work, and it's hard. Nothing's harder than this. And most people, we're not willing to put ourselves through that. Most people give up.
Jay-Z never gave up and defied people's expectations, becoming the man Beyonce knew he was.
I have a beautiful wife who was understanding and knew that I'm not the worst of what I've done. For us, we chose to fight for our love, for our family, to give our kids a different outcome, to break that cycle.
And one day, Jay-Z realized his hard work had paid off, and he'd given his daughter the tools he never had.
Me and my daughter talked, told her to get in the car the other day, and then I just hear a little voice, Dad. And I turned around, she said, I didn't like when you told me to get in the car the way you told me. It hurt, she's 6. It hurt my feelings. And I was like, that's the most beautiful thing you've ever said to me. I'm proud of the father and the husband that I am today.